starting with the idea that I wanted to do was to kind of tell stories about some of the guitars I have. And the last video I did was my Schaefer Strat copy, which was the first guitar that I ever owned. It was the first guitar I learned to paint on. I learned to play on it, I learned to paint on it, and just last week I learned to wire on it. I will eventually get into the story of this thing because it has some big gouges and some big bruises, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fracture all the way down the neck and then the whole headstock. So just know that there's a story there, and I promise I will get to it. But the first thing I wanted to do was talk about this one. Now, this one is more than likely already out of tune. I don't play this one as much as I used to, mainly because I have so many that I might do a quick little walk around and just kind of show that I'm literally surrounded by guitars right now. But this one, and I'm fortunate enough that I still have a lot of my first guitars, and that this one was the first one that I bought with my own money that I had earned. And I've had this guitar 13 years, actually. I bought it brand new. This is one of the only guitars I have that I actually bought brand new. This is an Epiphone Evolution. It's a part of the E Series. I don't know how well you can see this. It's a part of the Epiphone E Series, the hard body E Series, and it is a 2001 limited edition. They only made these in 2001. There was this, the Beast, which was another Explorer, and then there was a Les Paul, and I believe an SG, which is kind of like it's the same style guitars that Epiphone and Gibson use for a lot of series. They use pretty much the same bodies. But these came in 3 different colors. They came in black, metallic red, and sky blue, which I've had a black one. I had a black Evolution, and I had a blue Beast, which they're all really nice. I don't know how much of this you're seeing right now, but it's a nice candy apple red. And I bought this at a media play. I don't know if anybody knows what that was, but it was a chain store that sold, you name it, musical instruments, DVDs, CDs, anything to do with music, really. And it was a cool place, but unfortunately, I believe in 2006 they went bankrupt because of, things like because of places like Guitar Center and Sam Ash, and the online market really started to take over. And I think what it was just media play, like Best Buy does now, just has their hands in too many places, trying to do too much. But anyway, this is a 24/75 scale, which isn't bad. I mean, the neck is really nice. It's really it's thin, but it's not like too thin. Like some of the Fender necks tend to be a little too small and a little too thin, but this one's It's a nice size neck for what it is. I mean, everything on this is pretty much original. I've made little modifications here and there. I changed the knobs out. I changed the tip. So, you know, damn near everything on this is chrome. You can see it sat for a while. I moved the strap button. I actually drilled into the plate of the neck, but I don't care about resale value because I'm never reselling it. I don't know why Epiphone and Gibson and really anyone that makes Explorers puts the button here. I mean, it makes the guitar really neck heavy, and they dive like crazy. But the funny thing about these like the pickups are pretty hot. I mean, for stock pickups, they're not too bad. Whoop! As you can see, it's got 13-year-old wiring, and young me never really took care of anything, and I kind of still don't now. But the funny thing about this was, you know, it's a nice maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, and what Epiphone at the time had called a tonewood body, which I don't know if that's a real thing. It sounds ridiculous to me because any wood can be tone wood. So I don't know if that's just a fancy way to say some plywood we threw together that happens to sound kind of nice for this price range, or if it's a real thing, I don't know. But I got mine. I don't know what they retailed for because all I know is what I paid for mine, and that was $225. And it was because somebody had dropped it quite viciously in the store, because the downfall to places like Media Play was that they would let you handle anything. You know, it's not like Guitar Center where you have to go in and say, oh, I want to play that I can't afford, and they'll bring it down for you and let you pretend you can afford it. But Media Play would literally just leave everything on hangers that were about eye level or on stands on the ground. And you could go in there and play anything, and that's how you get discounts. But I've always found myself coming back to this guitar because it is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites to look at, and it's one of my favorites to play. And it's just a... I've always liked the pickups in it. They've always sounded pretty decent. guitar because it's just it's really light. It's easy to play, and it's got a nice little cutout, which a lot of Explorers don't have. And having a gut, that's always pretty nice. That you can just kind of rest in there, and it fits into you pretty squarely. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have much to say about this. I will, however, do what I said. I will do a quick walk around to show you everything that's sitting down here is not everything I have. I have more guitars up in my room, which is a mess, so I'll just show you what I have down here. And I know this video is running on pretty long, so just either comment and let me know, or message me if you have me on Facebook and let me know which one of these you'd like to hear the story, if any, on. This is my 77 or 78 Magnum Les Paul. There's the, sorry for noob resolution, the Batman ML. My Dime Tribute, which is out of contention since it's being worked on. My Dime Flame, which does have a story. My Schaefer, which, like I told you, I will tell the story on. There's a nice shot of it in case you couldn't see it in any of the shots in the video. Here is my Samick Rockwell Explorer. There's a guitar under there that I'm working on. My 58 Explorer, which is probably the most custom out of everything I have. And there is, of course, my LTD 203. And there's, you know, all the stuff in the cases and all the stuff upstairs. So, thanks for watching, and let me know if there's anything here that you want to see.